What does it mean to be tested in the moment when everything is on the line? Today, we're stepping into a powerful, sobering scene from the book of John, where a man who once promised to stand by Jesus finds himself facing his own fear. Welcome back to Discovering Jesus, a journey through the book of John. This episode is called Peter's Denial, the Weight of Fear and Grace. And we're focusing on John 18:25 through 27. This is going to be good. You don't want to miss this. Let's dive in. John 18:25 through 27 reads, "Meanwhile, as Simon Peter was standing by the fire warming himself, they asked him again, 'You're not one of his disciples, are you?' He denied it, saying, 'No, I am not.' But one of the household slaves of the high priest, a relative of the man whose ear Peter had cut off, asked, 'Didn't I see you out there in the olive grove with Jesus?' Again, Peter denied it, and immediately a rooster crowed." Can you feel the weight of that moment? Peter, who hours before was ready to fight for Jesus, now crumbles under the pressure of fear. Let me ask you, how often do we find ourselves denying our faith? Not just in words, but in actions, because we're afraid of what others might think. Have you ever faced a moment where fear overpowered your convictions? What did you do? Peter's denial is not just a story of failure. It's a story of being human. Imagine the shame he must have felt when the rooster crowed. But here's what's so interesting. Jesus knew this would happen. He told Peter beforehand in John 13:38 that he would deny him 3 times. Why? Because Jesus understands our struggles and weaknesses. He knows that we will fall, and yet his love remains constant. Think about this for a second. How often do we beat ourselves up over failures? How often do we allow our mistakes to define us? But God, in his grace, doesn't see us solely for our moments of weakness. He sees who we can become through his love. When you fail or fall short, do you remember that God's grace is greater than your mistakes? Peter's story didn't end in denial. Yes, he failed. Yes, he was ashamed. But that same Peter was later restored by Jesus in John 21. When Jesus asked him 3 times, "Do you love me?" Each question was an invitation back into relationship, an opportunity for Peter to reaffirm his commitment. Friends, no matter how many times we've denied Jesus with our words or our actions, his grace is greater. The rooster crowing in our lives, those moments that remind us of our failure, can either drive us into shame or lead us to his open arms of forgiveness. Are you willing to accept Jesus' invitation to grace, even after you've failed? If this message is speaking to you today, take a moment to reflect on God's unfailing love. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments below. Let's build each other up. And if you haven't yet, please like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear about the power of grace. Subscribe to our channel and help us as we work towards reaching 5,000 subscribers who love the Lord. And if you feel led, please support this ministry on Patreon. Your support helps us continue spreading the gospel to every corner of the earth, fulfilling the Great Commission. Remember, Peter's story shows us that failure isn't the end. It's an opportunity to experience the deep, transformative love of Jesus. Hold on to that hope. Check out this video that I'm sure you'll find just as inspiring. And as always, God bless.